Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a little darker than usual and absolutely terrifying stories from the depths of the dark web. Now, I'm not talking about weird Reddit threads or sketchy chat rooms. No, this is real horror. These are stories of people who went too deep and didn't come back the same or didn't come back at all. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the creepy content we've got coming your way. Disclaimer, this is entertainment purposes only. Alright, let's get into it. This story is about my older brother, Josh. I never thought I'd be telling this story online, but it's been over a year since he disappeared, and I'm desperate for answers. It all started when Josh got obsessed with solving mysteries. Not your typical murder podcasts or true crime shows, though. He was into dark web mysteries. You know, those puzzles people claim are scattered around the web, hiding God knows what kind of information? Yeah. He couldn't get enough of that. At first, it seemed harmless. He was always good with computers, so it was more of a hobby for him, like solving these riddles and decoding weird websites. But then, he found something different, something that messed him up. I remember it was late one night when he came into my room, looking pale as hell. He had this laptop under his arm and told me, "I think I found something I wasn't supposed to." At first, I thought he was joking. Josh had a tendency to overdramatize stuff, but he wasn't. He showed me this site, and right away I knew something was wrong. The background was just a black screen, and there were symbols, like weird codes or something, all over it. In the middle of the screen was a countdown clock, but it was set to this insane time, like hundreds of years. Josh said he'd been tracking this site for weeks, slowly figuring out the puzzle behind it. But every time he got closer to cracking it, the site changed. It was almost like someone was watching him, trying to keep him from solving it. I asked him why he didn't just stop, and he gave me this look, like he couldn't, like it had already sucked him in. A few days later, he told me he solved it. Whatever puzzle was hidden on that page, he figured it out. But instead of feeling relieved, he was terrified. He didn't tell me what the answer was, said it was better if I didn't know. But he did say that solving it triggered something, not on the website, but in real life. That night, I woke up to him freaking out in his room. He was pacing back and forth, whispering to himself, checking the locks on the windows and doors. I asked him what was going on, but he just kept saying, "They're watching me, shouldn't have done it." He didn't sleep that night. Neither did I. The next day, Josh was gone. His room looked like it had been ransacked. His laptop was smashed and his desk drawers were pulled out. My parents thought he ran away, but I knew better. Something or someone had taken him. It's been over a year now, and we still haven't heard from him. No messages, no sightings, just gone. I've tried looking for that website. Tried finding anything that might give me a clue, but it's like it never existed. The worst part? Sometimes, late at night, I get these emails from unknown addresses. They're always empty, but the subject line is the same every time. I'm watching. I don't know if it's him or if it's whoever or whatever took him, but I'm done looking. I don't want to end up like Josh. This next story is even more messed up, and it's a tale I heard from a guy who was on a forum for dark web survivors. Yeah, that's a real thing. People who've seen stuff on the dark web and made it out. He said he stumbled upon something called a red room, which, if you don't know, is basically a live stream of people being tortured. I always thought red rooms were just an urban legend, but according to him, they're very real. So he was digging around the dark web just out of curiosity when he found a link to a private stream. There wasn't any description, just a link with the words "watch" or "be next." Like an idiot, he clicked it. The screen went black for a second. And then it came to life. The feed was grainy, but it was definitely live. There was a man sitting in a chair, tied up and gagged, in some kind of dark, damp basement. It didn't take long for him to realize that this wasn't some horror movie stunt. This was real. The guy in the chair was terrified, his eyes darting around like he knew what was coming next. And then, this figure walked into the frame. The figure was wearing a black mask, and they were holding something in their hand. He said it looked like a pair of pliers, and before he could even think about closing the stream, the masked figure started torturing the guy. He tried to exit the page, but nothing worked. The X wouldn't close, his mouse wouldn't move, and every time he tried to power off his computer, the screen just flickered and stayed on. He was stuck there, watching. The worst part? He said after the live stream ended, his webcam light came on. The stream had flipped, and suddenly he was the one on camera. He could see himself, frozen in fear, staring at the screen. And then, The same message popped up. Watch or be next. He smashed his laptop right then and there. I would have done the same. Ever since, he says he's been paranoid. He doesn't go out much, stays off the internet entirely. But every once in a while, he'll find a sticky note on his door or his window that just says next. So yeah, the dark web is no joke. These stories are proof that sometimes curiosity can be more dangerous than you think. If you like these stories, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more creepy content. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a dark web experience, or if there's something else you want me to cover. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one.